Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Gabrielle, most often known as Gabby. I'm here today to show you guys how to create a simple monthly budget. A short introduction about myself. I'm a wife and a mom of 3 beautiful girls. I have a passion for budgeting and for our little family of 5. I'm new to YouTube, and I stumbled upon the budgeting and planning community about 6 or 7 months ago via my sister. And I've been budgeting for myself since I can remember, since I got my first full-time job. Once I got into the YouTube community a few months back, I felt compelled to start my own budgeting personal finance channel for myself, just to inspire others, and to also hold me accountable and keep up with my budget and help me with my savings goal and just join the community and get some inspiration from others. So help out a new YouTuber, and please like and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's get started on how to create a simple monthly budget. So first, I want to go with, start with what I'm using for my budget today. I'm using a Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner, which is really popular in the budgeting community. I think a lot of people like to use it because it's nice. It's a perfect size for your budget. And if you're doing a monthly budget, you have a monthly view there where you can lay out basically all of your expenses on the dates they're due and so forth. So that's that. I'm not going to be going into that much of depth because I want to do a simple one just to start off with. So I'm just using a basic line page to show you how I lay out my budget to begin with for the month. So first things first is I like to start with my income. For you, I want you to list every source of income that you have for the entire month. So I want you to think about your side hustles, your aunt giving you money, your mom giving you money every month, any money that you think will come in for that month, and list it. For me and my household, me and my husband both have full-time jobs, and we get paid bi-weekly. I get paid bi-weekly, and my husband gets paid semi-monthly. So we normally get around 4 paychecks a month. So I like to write down how much we get every month and the date. So I'll start with that. These are not my real numbers. I'm just using a mock amount. So this is basically going to be a sample budget. So let's start off with, I wanted to be the income to be about $5,000, which is a general amount, hopefully, for some people in the U.S. So I want to start off. I'll say that I'll divide that up into 4 times. So I'll do $1,250 each paycheck. So let's say we get $1,250 for the first paycheck, and I like to put the date next to it, and that'll be, say we get paid that on the 1st of the month, and then you get $1,250. And we'll say you get that on the 7th of the month. It normally pans out to be every week. We get paid weekly, but sometimes they overlap. I like weekly. I like to have that dose of money once a week. That's nice. So the next one, $1,250. We'll say you get paid that on the 15th, and then you get your last paycheck, $1,250, on the 21st or 22nd of the month. 7 days, and 57 days really. And then we total that all the way up, and you have $5,000 for your income. So this is how much you have to work with for the entire month. Next, you want to go to the interesting part, the expenses. So what you actually spend money on. And guys, when you start with this, I want you to be realistic, and I want you to be specific so that you have a more accurate budget, so that you know exactly how much you have to spend, what your accurate expenses are, really what you spend in a month. So I'll start with some of the main fixed expenses that you have that don't vary. I like to list those first. So for one, I know my mortgage or rent payment. I have a mortgage payment, but you might have a rent payment. You want to list that first because that's one of the most important. So I start with my mortgage. And for this sample one, I'm going to say our mortgage is running you about $1,500 per month. And then your utilities, you want to go, that's a high necessity, and your utilities could say run about $300 per month if you include lights, electric, water, gas, sewer, all that stuff. $300 a month. Next, I have my phone bill, and you'll write maybe 100. Say you're a family of 2 or more. For this family, then you want to do your internet and cable, and you want to say that runs you about $120 a month. Then you want to go to insurances. So life insurance is one of the most important things you can have, especially if you have a family. Say we spend about $80 to $90 on life insurance every month. Then you want to go to your debts. I like to do my debts. These are like my core. So debts. You know what? I did forget one. We're gonna go with child care. Child care, if you have a child, you know. So we'll say $400 a month for child care. $400 for child care. And then we're going to go to your debts. For debt payments, student loans. A lot of people have student loans, especially if you're a millennial like me. And you want to have that payment in there. Car payment, if you have a car payment, you put your car payment on there, which is, we're gonna say $350 for this family. And then we're going to do credit cards. If you have a credit card payment, I do not. I have paid all my credit cards off, guys. But if you do have a credit card payment, you want to make sure you're paying the minimum. We're going to say that's about $200. I hope it's not, but this is just for example sakes. And for my children, this is one of the categories that I do have. I'm getting into the more variable expenses. So these prices can vary, and you can or cannot have these expenses in your budget. So my kids do participate in extracurricular activities. So I have one daughter in gymnastics, one daughter in Girl Scouts, and they have to pay like monthly dues and so forth. So I'll just put extras kids, and that is going to be $150 for that per month. And next we'll go to food, which is high on the importance list. And let's say this family spends $400 a month for food. And gas, we're going to spend about $200 a month for gas. And then you go to your personal money. I think it's always good for you to have your own personal, you want to have your own personal budget to spend whatever you want to spend on. So we're gonna leave that at $200. And then miscellaneous. This is for things that pop up, like a little small list of miscellaneous spending. I know I have a YouTube Red subscription. I have Amazon Prime subscription. So I just throw all those under miscellaneous. I know they're more fixed expense, and I guess I could lay them out as a subscription. You can do it however you want to, but I just throw all mine into miscellaneous because sometimes they come out of my account at certain times and I don't remember. So I just have this certain little cushion in there for that. So I like to have that around $100. And for other things that pop up. And then and then you want to have your savings, which a lot of people put this at the top, but I put it at the bottom. I like to save at least 5 to 10% of my income every month, and off the top. And so then I would like to, I think 10% would be $500. We're gonna go with 10%. We're gonna go with 5%, and that will be $250 per month. After this, you want to total up all of your expenses. So let's see, let me get my calculator out and total up all these expenses. It is $4,780, which is great for how much your expenses are. So what you want to do after that is you want to subtract your expenses from your income. So I just make a little box right here and do $5,000 for your income, and you take out your $4,780. You subtract that and you'll get about $220 left over from your budget. So I prefer to have a zero-based budget. At this point, this one is not a zero-based budget. This is just for beginners, and this is just a simple one. So you want to take this amount of money if you have any left over. If you have money left over, you need to reallocate that. I would say you could have that put into your savings, or you could pay extra on debt, which is another topic. but you could put that extra towards your debt. If you're doing debt snowball method, avalanche method, whatever, you can add that to pay off your debt quicker. You can add that to your savings. You can add that to your food budget. You can add that to your miscellaneous budget. The options are limited, but I mean limitless. However, you want to be sure that you spend that money on your budget so that you have an accurate zero-based budget and you're not guessing where, because you know what, if you don't budget that money, it'll go out the door and you won't even know where you spent it. However, if you know that your money at the end of the month is not enough, you can also go to like your food budget and cut back on your food budget. You can cut back on your gas, drive a little less. You can cut back on your personal funds and just make it a little bit tighter. This is a simple monthly budget. This is just a simple layout of income versus expenses and how much. In my future videos, I will be showing you guys how to break this down paycheck by paycheck with due dates and so forth, so you can set your monthly budget up so that you're spending every dollar and you know what to do. So I hope you guys found this budgeting video very informational, and I hope this helps someone out there. And please like and subscribe to my channel. My next video up, which I should be posting my actual monthly budget from myself with my actual numbers. I hope to see you guys on my next one. Okay, thank you. Bye.